You won't believe what Freddie Mercury kept hidden for 15 years. Until now. We all know Freddie Mercury as the untouchable voice of Queen, the guy who could turn a stadium into a choir with just a flick of his hand. He was bold, larger than life, and unapologetically himself on stage. But behind all that glam, that thunderous voice, and the rock god reputation, there was something he never let the world see. Something deeply personal. And for over 3 decades, no one knew the full story, until a woman stepped forward with a shocking claim, and 17 diaries to back it up. Let's rewind for a second. Freddie Mercury was born Farrokh Bulsara in Zanzibar in 1946. His roots? Indian Parsi. As a kid, he was shipped off to India for boarding school where he discovered the piano and a jaw-dropping natural musical ability. After political unrest in Zanzibar, his family moved to England, where Freddie studied art and crossed paths with Brian May and Roger Taylor. That meeting led to the creation of Queen in 1970, and music history was changed forever. Once John Deacon joined, the full lineup was set, and in no time, Queen exploded. From Bohemian Rhapsody to We Are the Champions, Freddie wasn't just the lead singer. He was the lightning bolt at the center of it all. His voice spanned 4 octaves. His stage moves were electric. His performances weren't concerts, they were transformations. Remember Live Aid in '85? That wasn't just a gig. It was 21 minutes that redefined what a live performance could be. Just him, a mic, a piano, and complete domination of the stage. No fireworks, no tricks. Just talent, charisma, and command. Rolling Stone called it the greatest rock performance ever. And honestly, they weren't wrong. But while he gave everything on stage, offstage was a different story. Freddie was intensely private. Not because he didn't trust people, but because the media was brutal. And during a time when being openly gay could destroy a career, he chose silence. There were a few people who truly knew the man behind the fame. Mary Austin, for starters. She was more than a girlfriend, she was his anchor. Even after he came out as bisexual, their bond stayed unbreakable. When he died, it was Mary who scattered his ashes. No one else knows where. He once said, "All my lovers asked me why they couldn't replace Mary, but no one could." And that says everything. Then there was Jim Hutton, Freddie's partner during his final years. Jim cared for him, loved him, and stayed by his side till the very end. After Freddie's death in 1991, Jim returned to Ireland and later published a memoir, sharing the rare, quiet moments of a life most people never saw. Now, here's where things take a wild turn. In 2025, a biography dropped that sent shockwaves through the fan community. Not because it exposed secrets about Queen or the music industry, but because of one huge hidden truth. Freddie Mercury had a daughter. Her name? Bea. Born in 1976. Her mother? The wife of one of Freddie's close friends. The story goes that when Freddie found out, he didn't run from it. He didn't make a spectacle of it either. He handled it quietly, secretly. No legal announcements, no press coverage. Just a private agreement through his lawyer to make sure Bea was taken care of for life. No one outside his inner circle knew. Not even fans who memorized every lyric. But it turns out, for the last 15 years of his life, Freddie was writing to her. Not texts, not emails. Diaries. 17 of them. Over 550,000 words. Pages filled with thoughts, drawings, lyrics, and letters. Most written in fountain pen. The first diary entry? Dated June 20th, 1976. The day he found out he was going to be a father. The last? July 31st, 1991. Just months before his death. And those diaries? They weren't meant for the world. They were for her. His daughter. The only person he never got to publicly acknowledge. The only person he truly tried to protect from everything he'd endured in the spotlight. According to Bea, he visited when he could. They spoke often. On the phone, in secret meetups, sometimes even at Garden Lodge with Mary Austin coordinating. But the public never had a clue. Freddie feared what would happen if his daughter became a headline. He wrote once, "If she ever ends up on the front of a tabloid even once, I will never forgive myself." That was the deal he made with himself, to love her quietly, but fiercely. After Freddie's death, Bea held on to the diaries and never said a word. She never cashed in on his name, never appeared in interviews. But when her own son asked, "Who is my grandfather?" She knew it was time. That's when journalist Leslie Ann Jones got involved, and the biography Love, Freddie was born. And when experts analyzed those diaries, there was no doubt, the handwriting, the phrasing, the emotion. It was undeniably Freddie. What's even more mind-blowing? Tucked inside those diaries are drafts of 3 never-before-heard songs. Lyrics and chord sketches, written in red ink. The same red ink Freddie always used for personal work. They were meant for B. Songs the world may never hear unless she chooses to release them. Some fans have pushed back, asking, why now? Others question if it's real. But B's response is crystal clear. If anyone tries to challenge what I've preserved, I will burn it all. Not to erase it, but to protect the promise I made to my father. Now, a major streaming docuseries is on the way, set for release in 2026, bringing Freddie's words to life for the first time. But make no mistake, this isn't about fame. It's about legacy. About a man the world thought it fully understood, now revealed in the rawest way possible, as a father, writing not for an audience, but for one little girl. So maybe Freddie didn't just leave us with a thunderous voice or a rock anthem for the ages. Maybe he left something even more powerful. Proof that love, in its purest form, doesn't need a stage or a spotlight. If this story gave you chills, or maybe just made you see Freddie Mercury in a new light, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more stories that remind us, behind every icon is a human being.